Hello everyone and welcome to another weekly vlog or update. And today, just gonna give you a catch up. Today's the 1st of November. I am still reading the same book that I gave an update about last time, which is The Vows. And I'm taking it really slow just because I've enjoyed my days off. I have enjoyed Halloween. I've enjoyed having meals with family. I am going to clean my apartment now, but I think I'm going to listen to an audiobook while I do it, just because become more productive when I listen to something. But yeah, I just finished filming my first ever unboxing video, and that'll be probably up first before this weekly update. And I'll clean the house, wrap up some gifts. Well, mostly gifts for my partner because it's gonna be his birthday soon. And I'll show you what I got him actually. So I got him, my grandmother sends her regards and apologies. It's by the same guy who wrote A Man Called Of. So yeah, I got him that, and I got him a little lanyard as well. Oh, I'm gonna show you something. So I did mention earlier, right, that I got stuff from Fairly, and I swear to God, this is probably the best one. So this is gonna be my TBR basket, and of course part of my TBR is Ship of Magic, Mad Ship, Ship of Destiny. It's the Live Traders, is it Live Ship Traders? Live Ship Traders trilogy. If you guys aren't aware, I did fall in love with Robin Hobb's writing, and if you want to see my kind of feelings, it's not really a review because who am I to review a book about fantasy, adult fantasy, really. So I have what are my feelings about the Farseer trilogy, and if I know how to do that card thing, I'll do it, but if not, I'll link it down below. That's one update. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I've inserted a video of it in the intro, but I did go see Natalie Haynes in St. Andrews for her book tour, Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, and you can see it has stenciled edges, black up here and down here, and then stenciled edges at the front. And there's nothing much special here, but I think the most special thing is the dedication. She was just amazing. I can listen to her all day, and I'm glad that she has podcasts and stuff to talk about Greek mythology. She's so knowledgeable. She's inspiring. I love you, Natalie Haynes. If you're watching this, hi. That's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna go to archery more frequently, and I'll probably carry you with me.
From now on, you use the extender to make it longer.
But yeah, you can take that off.
Yeah, this is a shit extender. It's a 1-inch extender.
That's what I'm saying, that's what it is. I think that's less than that's a Matthew inch.
That's 8
This is all recorded.
That's 8 inches. Can I get an extra? Can you get my... Good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and obviously I haven't really changed out of day. Begun. I haven't changed yet. I haven't showered yet. I just sat down immediately because I woke up around 9:50 a.m. and turns out Gavin has a sprint going on. And it's just, I like sprinting. I like it when Gavin sprints because I feel like I get more productivity out of it. To anyone who's read these Hollow Vows, can you tell me how you think about it? Because I feel like I can't seem to get into the story as much. Like I can't be invested on the characters as at all. Like Sebastian, Gabriella, the relationship, it's not really anything that like comes out to me as genuine. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. I'm in page 168, so you can't tell me that I have not tried. It's usually this pining Gabriella has for Sebastian, and I just feel like it's too much pining. I do not need a description of his glistening skin. Good morning, everyone. So it's the next day, and well, I did enjoy archery last night, and I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of the clips in there. Just a little bit of an update on my reading. I did say that I was gonna DNF these Hollow Vows, but I was thinking like, why don't I give it another chance? So I changed format and found it on Audible. So I'm listening to it now, and I'm almost done. And it gets a little bit more palatable now that I'm listening to it. I guess like for me, sometimes if I don't feel like I'm reading it, when I'm reading it and I feel like I don't jive with the writing, I try to change the format to maybe audiobook and see how I feel then. And if it's still crap, then I'll just DNF it completely. But yeah, so today I'm just gonna stay home, and I'm almost done. I think I'm on like the last 3 chapters of the book. So once that's done, I think I'm gonna then decide what's the next book I'm gonna read. All right, now a little bit of an update. I'm on chapter, sorry, my hands are shaky right now because I am shooked, lol. But I'm on chapter 37. Well, I'm listening to chapter 37 while I'm doing my ironing. Yeah, hello. Bit of an ironing there. I can't believe how, what's the name of the character again? See, I feel like I was just doing chores and trying to listen to something while I'm doing something. And I swear to God, this twist at the end where, spoiler alert, Sebastian turns out to be also unseelie. Well, he's half unseelie, half seelie, and now he gets to rule the Shadow Court. Like, I completely understand how Bree, I think her name's Bree, our main girl, is so pissed off. And fair enough. Like, I was like, while I had to pause. That's why I'm just sitting down just now, because I had to listen carefully to what I'm hearing, because this is so stupid. Like I knew Finn was bae. Like, Finn absolutely was who I was rooting for. Oh my god. That was so unexpected. Like, maybe it was unexpected. Maybe everyone who's read these Hollow Vows, maybe you guys kind of already knew what was coming. But for me, I expected nothing from this book. Like, my expectations was so low that I ended up switching to audiobook and just doing my chores and stuff. But this happens, and my god. Okay. I mean, smutty stuff, fair enough, was okay. Not really a big fan of the smut here. But the twist at the end, though. But anyway, enough of that. Let's move on to the next book. I have my little TBR basket here. And I'm thinking something short and something horror. I know it's already November, but I feel like I haven't really read enough or at all any spooky books. So let's go for something short. And I'm thinking Carmilla. Let's go for that. Yeah? Got this gorgeous cover of it. I got it from Topping & Co. And it still has this kind of protective sleeve on it. But yeah. I'll read that. What should I do? Because I'm home alone. I've done enough chores. I think the house is super clean now. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll probably just sit down and cozy up. Oh, sorry. Sit down and cozy up and read my book.
So I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, a little bit of an update. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, or if I did, I'm sorry for repeating it again, but I'm a big scaredy cat. My hands are shaking because I'm in chapter 7 of Carmilla, and I'm gonna talk up spoilers. I don't care. If you don't want to hear anything about Carmilla, I'll probably put like a little spoiler thing on the screen, and you can mute me, and then when it's gone, you can unmute me again. But basically, we're in chapter 7 now. And okay, so let's start from the beginning then. So we have this family who lives in a castle. I don't even know what their last names are. I don't even know what the woman's name is. But there was a night where a carriage kind of toppled over, not toppled, but went to its side in front of their castle. And then inside the carriage was a woman and a child, and I think someone else. And of course, this woman came out with the child and then insisted that the aid of the people in the castle to kind of help us put this carriage upright, and then we can go on our merry way. But of course, there was a kid. So the father of the castle, like I forgot, I seriously don't know their names. Laura. Okay, so Laura's father then said, you know what? No, just leave the kid here. You go on your merry way, because it's quite dangerous in this road, and we don't want anything to happen to the child. And you can just come back to her when you're done, and cool. So they leave this girl, and her name's Carmilla, which is Carmilla, right? So we then go on to see how Carmilla and Laura's friendship blooms, and then it does get a little bit more romantic. And well, overall, like, Carmilla's the one that's kind of like obsessed with this girl, obsessed with Laura, and like kissing her on the cheek and telling her like, you're mine, you'll be mine forever, and things like that. Very possessive much. And then slowly in their village, like their surrounding village and neighborhood, people start dying. People have the same dream or the same feeling before bed, where they feel choked and then see something in their bed, like in their bedroom. And then after 3 days, they die, right? This then happens to Laura, who slowly gets sick. But she's sick for a really long time, like three weeks. So she thinks that, oh, it's probably not the same illness as, you know, what the villagers were having. And now we're in that chapter where, because she has really vivid nightmares, right? And then this time she has a nightmare where she woke up and then she saw Carmilla at the end of her bed, standing really still with blood from her cheeks all the way down to her white nightgown. And she wakes up screaming. She bangs on the wall, on Carmilla's door, because Carmilla likes to keep her door locked because she was afraid of assassins and stuff. Really, my hands are shaky because I'm scared. And then that woke up like other people in the house, and they bang on Carmilla's door and screams her name, and then he managed to kind of get men to actually knock her door down. Everything's the same except Carmilla's missing. It's just fucking creepy. Like, I swear to God, it's creepy. I'm gonna pause for a second, probably clean the bathroom. So, I've just finished reading Carmilla, and I have got to say, I wish it was longer. It was really fun reading. It was terrifying. It was a fun read. I think I did chuckle a bit at like one of the scenes where the general was supposed to be meeting them before the story started. His ward suddenly fell ill, which basically is Carmilla's first victim. Laura's father decided to go to the old ruins or castle of the Karnsteins. So when they go there, they then bump into the general, who is going there as well. He did send a letter beforehand saying that, oh, I'm gonna visit you soon, but I have to deal with something first. And then he then confides to them what's the real reason of what happened to his ward and how she died. And then it's basically the same scenario, only in a different setting. So the general meets a countess at a costume party. So they have masks on, so they can't really tell who they are. But then this countess then says, I need to go, but I have my child. Can you take care of my child? So basically they're kind of conning people to take care of this kid who then will murder you, kind of thing. Carmilla there is called Mircalla, which is kind of like a jumbled up play on her name, Carmilla. And then slowly, the general's ward then slowly has symptoms of nightmares, of seeing apparitions at the end of her bed, and then she then dies. But before she dies, the general did kind of try to do his research, get like 2 doctors in, and one of the doctors says, oh, you might find this silly, but I think she's plagued by vampires. The other doctor was like, oh, he's a quack doctor, don't listen to him and stuff. The general, being a bit with it in his head, went like, you know what, let's listen to this. But into what quackeries will not people rush for the last chance, where all accustomed means have failed, and the life of a beloved object is at stake? Fair enough. Yeah, he then stays with his ward to watch over her throughout the night. And then he personally sees the figure, like the dark figure at the end of his bed, at the end of her bed, form and then loomed over her and was about to bite her when he then, first he was freaking like scared, and then he gets his sword and swings at it, and then it kind of flew out a yard away from the bed. How big is their root anyway? But a yard away from their bed, and then that form turned into Mircalla, which is Carmilla, really. But then, yeah, like that convinced him, like, absolutely, vampires exist. I've seen it myself. Karnstein's family residence, well, basically it's a ruin now because everybody of the Karnstein family has died, and, you know, it's a dead estate. He then goes there and he tries to find a specific tomb. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, there's this kind of baron that comes in who's really knowledgeable of vampires. And then they drew some maps and stuff, and then they uncovered the tomb. It's more like another play on Carmilla's name called Countess Mircalla. So again, it's just like another Carmilla jumbled up name. And funny enough, like, you know what? It's so funny. The sense of urgency, right? Like the sense of urgency to get this vampire dead ASAP. They were like, we found the tomb. Now then, by morning, we will open it up by law to reveal the vampire and kill him. Like, if I were there, I'll deal with the law later, and then probably just open the tomb and then, you know, cut the vampire's head off. But then, I just found that a bit kind of funny that, like, ooh, let's get vengeance, but we should abide the law. Like, it's just, I found that funny a bit. But anyway, while they were in the chapel where the tomb is, who comes in but Carmilla? And then when the general saw her, the general kind of rushed in and tried to strike her with an axe. And she kind of, in an animalistic way, backed up, grabbed the general's hand with incredible strength, and then the general just started screaming, and then she disappeared. Laura and her family went back to the house because the plan is, by law, they're gonna go back tomorrow, then to exhumate the tomb. When they come back, they brought a priest with them, just getting all the precautionary things to happen, and Carmilla's nowhere to be seen. Then we skip the next day. They open the tomb by law with all the officers there and every law enforcer that they need, and witnesses and doctors there. They open the tomb, open the casket, and they find Carmilla perfectly intact. She looks like she's sleeping. There's tiny movements on her chest that shows that she's breathing, and I could hear a heartbeat, and her legs and limbs are all flexible. She, get this, is 7 inches deep in blood. She's there. Spa treatment, right? 7 inches deep in blood. Oh my god, like I cannot imagine how horrific that looks like. But it says in the book there was no smell of decay, none at all. And what they did, right, was they then stabbed her heart and then chopped her head off. When they stabbed her heart, Carmilla screamed, screeched, and then they cut her head off and then proceeded to burn her body. And the end. That's how the story, well, technically it ends there, but then there's a conclusion chapter where we talk about, well, where we get to know a little bit about this vampire killer. So it turns out this kind of vampire hunter, his name is Baron Vordenberg. Oh my god, I cannot pronounce any European names, I swear to god. I'm really sorry about that. But Baron Vordenberg, his ancestor used to be of the same kind of, he still carries the name of Vordenberg. His ancestor used to be a lover of the Countess Moralka. I don't know, Countess Carmilla. He kind of explains how vampirism happens and how like it stems from, you know, people taking their own lives and then it becomes like a haunting. So it's not like how I usually thought it would be. If I read it here, a person more or less wicked puts an end to himself, a suicide under certain can't read anymore. Circumstances become a vampire. That specter visits living people in their slumbers. They die and almost inadvertently in the grave develop into vampires. So he explains that that's how they reproduce in a way. Was Carmilla's intention? I think Carmilla's intention from the beginning of this book was to make Laura her kind of like a vampire so they could be together forever. There's an explanation here as well, like sometimes vampires can just kill you with brute strength, and sometimes they make it into a game, like they're almost kind of not playing with our food, oh weird, but more like courting you to get an affirmative yes from you, that you would say, yes, I would like to be with you forever. So that's kind of what Carmilla was trying to do with Laura here, was like she was trying to kind of court Laura because she was, I honestly think that Carmilla was so in love with Laura and Laura was a bit confused, but she loved her back in a way, you know. But such an interesting book, and it's kind of like the type of book you want to dissect. The thing is, I don't want to ruin it with my annotations and stuff. Absolutely great read, highly recommend. This is such a good book after like my problem with these Hollow Vows and trying to kind of read these Hollow Vows. This is a real page turner. It's really getting dark. I need to prepare dinner soon. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It went from an update into a vlog, but I hope you enjoy it. I brought you to archery and I hope I'll bring you again to archery next time. For everyone who's stuck with this vlog way up to the end, thank you so much. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe because you made it to the end of the video anyway. For every subscriber who's stuck around, thank you so much. Give this video a like and I'll see you later. Bye!